Come on in, Daniel. Have
I,
you
I,
realized he doesn't say "come on in, guys" anymore?
of course I have.
Okay, good.
I take that in. I, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this.
We'll get through it. I told you this is one of the weaker seasons.
I hope so. I mean, this
We're about to
sucks.
hit the merge though next week.
I liked the second tribal council
Of this grouping or the second
of this
total?
grouping.
Okay, the like who's gonna go home, Lydia or
Yeah,
Jenny? I bet you were happy too. Lydia stayed.
of course I was.
I'm so sad that Jenny went home. Honestly, I thought
Oh,
she.
Jenny brings nothing. She's barely a human being.
Oh, that's crazy talk. I loved when she found the hermit crab, her reactions to it. I love her voice anytime she's talking. She seems really sweet too.
I
I
hate
would
all
work
these
with Jenny.
people.
No. I would be friends with Jenny and I would take her far into the game. Me and Jenny,
Why?
3-on-2.
Absolutely, you could be friends with Jenny. Jenny's not a person. Like you know, like when you were bullied in high school. Well, I don't know if you were bullied in high school, were you?
A little bit, yeah.
All right. Like, you know how you were always able to like make friends with like another kid who was bullied worse, and like they looked up to you, and like it was like, all right, I got this kid in my pocket at
The one
least.
guy bullied more than me.
Well,
That's
yeah,
my
right.
pal. All
Like
right.
I had a few like that in high school, and that's how I feel about it. Like they're just gonna be your friend because who the fuck else wants to be friends with them?
That's so sad. All
I
your
know.
friends are like, am I that guy Daniel's talking about? Is he only friends with me because I got nobody
I
else?
guarantee those people don't listen.
Well, now they're like, maybe.
I have not been diligent in keeping in touch with them,
Okay, we'll see if you get a text.
and I really only respect like one of them. So
Whoa, you're just digging a deeper hole.
I won't say her name.
Her, okay.
No.
So if you're a man, he doesn't respect you. If you're wondering if it's you and you're a man, then you know that that's not you.
Yeah, I probably don't respect you.
Goddamn.
Mm.
All right. Well, we've got 3 episodes to get to, 3 tribal councils. Uh, we'll talk. I mean, didn't really lose anybody you cared about, I guess. Mariah,
No,
Jenny,
no,
and Swathi.
I liked Swathi. I
Okay.
was disappointed to see her go, but other than that, I don't give a shit. Mariah, like when it came time to like, all right, it's gonna be Mariah or like this other girl.
Marianne.
Yeah, I was like, whatever happens, happens.
Oh, really?
It does not matter
Well,
to me.
Marianne was like a huge character on the show, and Mariah was a nobody up until we
Which
learned
one's
about her brother.
Marianne?
Here's Marianne.
Oh,
She had a
her.
crush on Zach.
Right. I guess I was kind of rooting for her to go because
Oh
she's
no.
incredibly annoying.
No.
I've known people like that. They're like on all the time. You know what she makes me think of?
No.
Like a less likable version of the Sally Hawkins character in Happy Go Lucky.
It's a great call, yeah. They have the same
Yeah.
personality. Yeah. Well, I like her. I think she's cool. And the tribe liked her too. They kept her over Mariah. I couldn't
I'm like, I
tell.
can tell why no one wants to date her. It's
Oh,
really obvious. It's not because she's unattractive. It's not because she's not funny or uninteresting. She's just too much.
I believe after the season there was news she had a boyfriend.
Of course, of course. One now you at least were on television.
Uh, so she couldn't have done it on her own without the TV
Yeah,
bump.
I think that helped.
All right. Well, you'll never catch me shitting on Marianne. It won't happen. But we start out. I couldn't tell, by the way, if Mariah buried that necklace she was talking about for her brother. At the tribal council, she was wearing a necklace, but I couldn't tell if it was the same one.
I
It's
don't
like if
know.
she got voted out and didn't even bury that. She said, like, my goal here is to bury this necklace for my brother.
Well, I mean, even if she got voted out without having done it, like I'm sure they can take her to like a beach somewhere
It's
on
not the same.
Fiji.
You didn't bury it while you were playing Survivor.
I
Like, yeah,
guess.
I buried it after I got voted out. That's lame. That
Yeah.
sucks.
I spread your ashes at Ponderosa.
It wasn't his ashes.
I know. You know.
I would do that.
Hey, I'm joking. It's a
If I die, I'll
comedy
give my
show.
ashes to my brother. Say, hey, get on Survivor.
Get on
Give him to Jeff.
Survivor. Yeah.
Put him in his pocket when you win immunity. That'd be
Nice.
crazy. Jeff just gets home, takes his pants off, finds a jar of ashes,
I would, you know,
has my name on it.
Logan, if I die,
Yeah.
which I will very soon, I hope.
Oh no.
And will you please take my ashes
Yeah.
and get on Survivor and turn them into a hidden immunity idol.
Ooh. I hope you better get them in like a fancy jar that
Yeah,
looks like it could
I'll
be an
get them in
immunity
a little
idol.
bejeweled pouch.
Okay. As a shout out to
Yeah.
Taylor, her song Bejeweled. That was unnecessary. All
God
right.
damn it.
We start out, we learn Hai is vegan, but he eats one of those crabs. He went back on his word.
Oh my God. I was watching, Dallas was next to me last night, like going to sleep. And she was asking me, like, why don't you like this show anymore?
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to say shit like just I like said the thing I said on here about how like even though the cast is like incredibly diverse and stuff, like everyone's just the same person.
Yeah.
And uh as a joke, Dallas was like, oh, so like what they're they're like, oh, I can't eat that because I'm a vegan. And then literally 1 second after she said that, Hai said that on the show, and I was like, see, that is what the fucking show
That's
is.
pretty incredible.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day, we had one vegetarian.
Kimmy Kappenberg.
Now, I mean, he might be the only vegan. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. We just cast all vegans now. But I want to say Hai said goodbye to veganism. That was my joke there. Here's Marianne. Did you like that at all? I thought that was
Wait,
fun.
Hai said goodbye to veganism.
Hey, his name's Hai, but he said goodbye to veganism because he ate the crab.
Oh yeah, but is he still vegan in real life?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Who cares?
Also, I think isn't vegan like you can eat seafood?
No,
What is
absolutely
vegan? What's the
not.
difference between vegan and vegetarian then?
The difference between vegan and vegetarian is that you not only can eat meat or fish or anything that was living, you also cannot eat eggs.
So it's more strict. I thought it was maybe less
Yeah,
strict.
no, it's much more strict. Like vegans are hardcore. I dated a vegan once, and she like made me be vegan while I dated her. It
The
was
fuck?
fucking
You did it?
insane. Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a Daniel thing to do. I'm gonna bend to
Uh,
your will.
she was like older and hot, and
Okay,
yeah.
that's fine. All right. Did you know what Marianne was doing when she was like, "Hi, I'm Marianne, and you're watching Survivor on
Of
CBS."
course I did.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
okay.
the little thing in the corner there. Um,
No, but she's doing it's like the Disney Channel thing. It's a very specific Disney Channel
oh, she
reference.
was doing okay. I thought she was just
You
referencing
used to
like,
get like, I'm Ashley Tisdale, and you're watching Camp Rock. And she would do the thing or whatever.
oh, really? I didn't know about
Yeah.
the do
They
do
would do
do
like the
do.
Disney logo in the corner. It was
Yeah.
like a fun thing they did for a bit. I kind of popped for that moment. But we learned a few people's religions. Omer, I'm gonna call him Omer. They're saying Omar on the show, but I think after we learned it was Omer, like in
It's
podcasts.
spelled Omer, isn't it?
It was spelled Omar, I think. Maybe I could be wrong. I have the cast up pulled up. No, Omar. Omar Zahir is,
Okay.
but I've heard like on Rob as a podcast, they
Oh,
call him Omer.
Omar Zahir.
Omer.
Welcome to Omar. He's Zahir.
Very funny, but it's Omer. Omer.
Okay.
He's Muslim. We learned that Jonathan is Christian. If you have any questions about Christianity, come ask me. And Lindsay says, I'm not really a great Jew, she says. So we got confirmation there. I don't remember that the first time around. But
Um, Omer.
yeah, 30-year-old virgin, he says. Hope for not 40, he says.
Yeah. Yeah. I
They made a
mean,
movie about that once.
it's that guy's brutal.
I like Omer. I've listened when he's on podcasts. I'll listen to an Omer podcast. He's been a guy where they replace like the know-it-alls. He's like a Sophie person where like if Steven has to sit out, we'll bring in Omer.
Thank God I don't listen anymore. I
Yeah,
think he's
you
awful.
really don't like him.
Yeah. I was like, kill yourself. Like I was really down on Omer.
No, I'm high on Omer.
Like that baseball guy.
I don't get it.
Do you know that over the weekend there's like a guy on the Red Sox, or the Red Sox were playing? Damn it.
I don't
I
know.
wish I remember
I don't
this.
know baseball much.
All right, a guy on the Red Sox, I think, like admitted that he attempted suicide at some point, and he got into like a fight with a guy in the crowd because the guy in the crowd was like, You should have killed yourself when you had the chance.
We tried.
Yeah, but he got kicked out.
The fan did.
Yeah, the fan got banned from the stadium for life.
Fan, good.
Yeah,
That's good. That's a crazy thing to say to somebody.
I know. I know. That's why I regretted it when I said it about Omer because I remembered that.
Good for that's crazy that guy opened up about that. I've never heard a
Yeah.
professional athlete be so candid, like all the
It's
field life
happening more
stuff.
and more, right? What was that like website like people were writing like essays for? I think like Derek Jeter owned it or something.
I had never heard of this.
You don't know about this?
No, I don't know about that. It's for famous people who are depressed.
No, no, no. It's for specifically athletes that want to talk about something personal.
Anonymously or no?
No, no.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Yeah. Um,
I feel like people
what
don't
the
like Jeter,
fuck
but that's
was
a
that
cool
thing
thing to do.
called? Yeah, I know. Why don't people like Jeter? Because he was so
I don't know.
awesome
I
for
just
so long.
I just feel like people don't like him for some reason. I don't know anything about him, Derek Jeter. I always just heard he was a jerk, maybe.
The Players Tribune.
I've heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's very cool though. Shout out to him for doing that.
Mhm.
We find the beware advantage. We learned one of the phrases. We learned the next one, the next episode, I think. But there is such grace in the game of soccer, it makes me cry.
I feel like that would be the one I'd want.
Yeah,
I
that could
could
be
say
easy.
that. I could figure out a way to say that.
Yeah, I liked Mike
But this
talking,
guy's like, but I fucking hate soccer.
but I'll cry for it in this instance. I thought that was funny,
I
but
like
never
it.
again. I'll never cry for it again.
I told my kids on my fucking football team that I thought soccer was
He's
faggy.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, he might be my favorite one so far.
Oh,
Another
he's easily
thing.
the best person on this season because he
I
reminds
like
me of like
Jenny. I like Jenny.
Jenny's so boring. Jeez, I don't, how can you even have an opinion on her? But this guy like reminds me of like the Ruperts of the past. You
No,
know,
I
just like
fully agree.
look at
Yeah.
that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He was made to be on here. Here's something that I wrote down before I even knew you hated Omer. I just thought it was a crazy thing. He didn't start peeing standing up until he was 22.
Yeah, I was already like, this guy's the biggest fucking loser ever. And
How is that
like,
possible?
I just can't stand super religious Muslim people that are like, I'm gonna do the
That's
thing on
let
the
him
beach.
live. Let him
Just
live.
do it. No, I wish
But he was like,
Liz.
if I'm gone, I'm not looking for an idol, is what he said. Like, that's good. Just look on the beach, you'll see me.
Just
That
go,
was
so
clever.
go out on the beach and do it. Just do it.
And he
Live
needed
your
the mat.
life.
And he told everybody, and then Marianne weaved him that mat. That was very nice of her too.
I know.
I should have known
Uh,
you were gonna take issue with all this. I thought it was a
I
nice
just
moment.
I couldn't stand this fucking guy already, and he's a 30-year-old virgin, which is just like shit. Go fuck somebody, Jesus Christ. And
Well,
I mean,
Jesus Christ is the reason
sex
he
is
won't.
not that big a fucking deal.
It's
I
his
was talking to this
religion.
girl at work yesterday who's like, I decided I didn't like this guy I was dating. I just wish we hadn't had sex before I decided that. And I was like, who cares? What is your virtue challenged? Whatever.
Some people have weird beliefs.
Be an adult.
Listen, I agree, but I don't care to judge others for what they believe.
Of course you're not gonna have sex until your 30s. You weren't peeing standing up until you're 22.
You
You
need to know how your
utter
penis
loser. Yeah.
works. Oh man. All right. Funny moment. Oh, very crazy. That was a crazy story. Mariah, she tells the story about her brother, but he was the first nurse to die of COVID. That's sort of crazy.
I was like, that dude dying gave her ticket on Survivor.
That's what I was thinking.
She told that story in the fucking audition. That was it.
That's nuts. That is so crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it was very funny.
And then at the end of the episode, there was like a thank you to our
I
like
didn't catch
first
that.
responders and shit.
That's
Like
good.
we thank you to our first responders who have saved so many lives and continue to save so many lives.
That was very serious. I don't know why you're laughing. That was a very serious time. My mother's a
COVID?
nurse. She, yeah. Anyway,
I don't recall you constantly talking about your how your mother was a hero during that time.
Well, because she's a nurse that doesn't believe in vaccines. That's why I probably wouldn't talk about her that way.
All
Um,
right, you're right though. You're right. I mean, I remember early COVID in New York. It was scary,
of
and
course.
I would like go for the tests in the like you'd have to like wait on a line, like a long line at the
I love how
hospital.
you say on a line. You do it every time, and I love it.
Is that not a thing?
I always say in line,
Okay.
but you always say
Um
on online.
and
Yeah, it was scary, nerve
yeah,
wracking.
yeah, yeah. They were I like really did respect those people. I maybe I shouldn't be talking shit
I
now.
didn't want to go
Like
anywhere. I was
it
like,
was just like I hate that at the end of TV shows when they're like, if you or a loved one have tried to, have been depressed, like call this number. Or
yeah,
I can't stand shit like that. But I guess contextually, this was probably airing like right in that time.
of course, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Funny, Mike buried his beware advantage and then lost where he buried it. He was like, it was at
Yeah.
a Y. And then Daniel was like, there's a million Ys. What are you
That's
talking
all
about?
this is.
It's all just paths crossing. And then Daniel, I thought, had a great strategy where he tells Mike not to say the phrase and not activate the idol. Because he's like, if we can just keep all the idols not activated, then that'd be great for me. That's pretty good.
Does
That was
he
pretty
get to
good.
keep his vote if he's not
No,
active?
he told him, like, you're safe. No need to do it. And Mike was like, all right. It was
What?
crazy. Yeah, you don't have your vote until everyone gets it activated.
Right, right. But do you have to say the phrase
You
to
have,
lose
yeah,
your vote?
no, no, no. You are automatically. It says
All right.
beware.
So
Like
he's
only take it if it's like,
right, right, right.
yeah, yeah. So once you take it, and so then we go to the immunity slash reward challenge for fishing gear. It's that blindfold challenge. We learned Marianne was in love with Zach. How'd you feel about that? Candace and Billy, right? 2.0.
Oh yeah, it
Billy
was a little like
Garcia.
that, I
A
guess. But
little bit.
we were treating it as charming instead of creepy because it was a woman instead of a man. Um,
Interesting. Did
yeah.
was the other one creepy when it happened in the past? I don't remember
Of
that.
course it was.
I thought that was like a cute moment, but
No.
maybe I haven't seen it in a long time.
We think of it as a cute moment now because like we like Billy, we've heard him on podcasts and stuff. He seems like a sweet guy. But like it was super fucking creepy at the time.
It is that is creepy. What mental what that is really creepy actually. Like what kind of person just hears someone say like we because she said we love you. She said I remember
Yeah.
how she said it too. Like we love you. Like that's how
I
she said
love you
it.
too.
And that's how he took it. That is like
Yeah.
something was wrong with him.
It's weird mental gymnastics.
Sorry to
Yeah.
Billy Garcia. Anyway, I thought it was very funny though. Jeff stole a Russell Hantz line. He says, "You've been rejected so many times, but keep hope alive." Remember when Russell said that? Keep
I
hope
do.
alive.
I
That's big
do.
Russell. Redemption Island version of Russell. So Taku lose. They're the Orange Tribe.
Shaved arms version.
Oh yeah, is that what he did? I think I remember
I
that.
remember that from the evolution of strategy. They talked a lot about how he had shaved his arms before that season.
Was he the guy they talked about his nipples a lot? He had tiny nipples.
I don't remember.
I think that might have been him. Remember Xander had big nipples last season? How big
Yes,
Xander's
those
nipples
were
were?
large.
I thought of Xander this week when Marianne was like, wow, Jeff really undersold the fish. They weren't decent size. Those are huge fish. He must be eating like a king. And then last season when Xander was like, what, Jeff, you really undersold that stew. Remember when he said
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I thought that was so funny. All right. So it's between Marianne or Mariah. We go to tribal council. Mariah plays a shot in the dark. And I want to say, remember last season, the only person to play the shot in the dark was Sydney. The entire season, Sydney, the only one to play it. This season, in two tribal councils, two people have already played it, Zach and Mariah.
And
We
none of them
already beat the
works.
record.
Why are we even doing it?
Well, it's a 1 in 6 shot. So theoretically, you have to get 6 chances and then one will hit if you're going by math. So it makes sense none of them hit yet. It's only been three, right?
I
But
guess.
anyway, so Mariah goes home and she tells him, bring it home. So she told him on her way out. And I wrote class act. We don't really keep up with that on Survivor, but I think we should, right?
Oh, okay, sure.
What about Zach? Was he a class act?
It's too
Probably.
much of a. He was performatively a class
Too
act.
much of a class act. Should have
Yeah,
been
yeah.
less of a class act.
Mhm.
But he was like kind of not a class. He was like not helping Roxroy. He was like a bit of a rebel, like with the camp. Like we're gonna go off and make Roxroy mad. Talk about Harry Potter. Oh
Oh
yeah,
right, yeah.
that was fun. So yeah, goodbye to Mariah.
You
See you
know, with
later.
the three tribes, this is sort of like the Triwizard Championship.
Wow, but a fourth one gets in there. Harry, who's the Harry Potter that sneaks in
There is none.
to the tournament?
Listen, I'm sure there were centuries of Triwizard tournaments without a fourth person. That's why it's
Right.
the Triwizard
But we
tournament.
only saw the one with the fourth person, so that's what
I
I
know.
just
We saw
remember.
the outlier.
You know what they should do? A Triwizard tournament movie, just a random. Well, that's too. Is that too much like the Hunger Games? Like a random Triwizard tournament.
Well, this is like your whole thing where you want fake Survivor movies.
You don't think that'd be fun? A Triwizard tournament movie? Just
No,
new
it
characters?
would. I would love it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But I think it'd be
Yeah.
like too much like the Hunger Games, which is again too much like my scripted Survivor movie, which I'll make one day.
I know you
I
will.
should just text Mike White, get him to make it.
Spread my ashes on the set of that.
Okay, you're so
Yeah.
dead set on you dying.
Yeah, I actually am not going to get cremated though. I'm just going to donate all my shit.
Is that real? You're gonna do it?
Yeah.
Is it already like in your clause? You're an
Yeah,
organ
yeah.
donor. That's nice. Well, I haven't really thought about it. Probably should. What if I
I don't
could?
think there's nothing sacred. Like after I'm dead, I'm just like a husk.
Right.
I'm just a fucking thing. You don't need to waste space in the ground burying me or
But it would
whatever.
be more like for my family. Like if I had a family, like what would they want to do with me? Like if I had a
I
wife
don't
and kids or whatever.
I don't care. Like they could do whatever they want. Like you could
I
still
know that's
have
what
a
I'm saying. I would
funeral
just
for
let them do
somebody.
whatever they want with me.
No, no, no. I'm saying like they don't need my body to like they could have
But what if they want a funeral and or like a grave they want to visit?
they can't even bury
Here's
me in a
Papa.
Jewish cemetery. I have a tattoo.
You don't get buried in a normal one.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Who's gonna visit my grave?
I'm saying in the world where you have kid like a family.
But I don't, and I won't.
All right. How how many tattoos again do you have? Just the one?
Two.
Two. If you have one tattoo, you can't get buried in a Jewish cemetery.
That's right.
What if it's like, sorry, my alarm going on. What if it's a tiny one that they can't see? What
Yeah,
if you trick them?
my father has a really shitty small tattoo like on his wrist, and he can't get buried in a Jewish cemetery.
I would just get like a tiny little dot somewhere just to trick them, just to know I got one over on
Ooh,
them in the
it's actually a
afterlife.
pretty good move. I like
Like
it.
fuck you guys, hell yeah. So episode 3, funny part here where Marianne says, I've seen every episode of Survivor except for 6 episodes of Tocantins. Did you catch that? What a
Yeah,
weird
why
thing.
didn't she watch Tocantins? I
I
mean,
don't know.
but you know, it would be like me with Big Brother. I've seen every episode of Big Brother except for like
Not exactly.
2/3 of season 6.
Eh, season 8. Well, there's
Oh,
also season
right.
1 that I
Oh,
haven't seen either.
season
Should we
6
one
is
day
the
do that?
one. No, season 6 is the one. With that boring girl one with the twin. Who won season 6?
I don't think she had a twin. You mean
She
tell you?
didn't.
Who?
Yeah,
Maggie.
that's who I was thinking of.
Did she have a twin?
I thought she did.
Eh, why do you think that?
I kind of. I don't know. Did I make that up?
I don't recall that, honestly. But you could be right. I remember Diane had a twin with Drew,
Diane.
because the twin twist season is Adria and Natalie, and I remember Drew and Diane both had twins also, and they were like, "Whoa, isn't it weird? We both also have twins this season." So maybe you're thinking of her. That was the season prior, but the Evil Dick season is the one you gave up on, season 8.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
But
God, Maggie's 46 now. I would have guessed she was 46 in that season.
so that is very young. I would not have guessed. 46. But so Marianne finds the beware. It's here's her phrase. It's another classic case of the bunny rabbit having dinner in the mailbox. And then she has to make up whatever
That
is.
one's tough. I
And
have
she
no
did it
idea.
multiple times. I was super impressed. I don't know how she did
Well,
it.
I only saw her do it the once.
I think she. I mean, she did. I think she did it at two challenges. Like she did it at one challenge and no one said anything, and then she had to do it at a second challenge and then no one said anything.
That we saw?
I think so. I think I wrote it down at some point
Oh, okay.
because she's trying to like get it out of people and no one's saying anything because Mike's not saying anything. And I don't think the other tribe found it yet. But I think she can get away with it because she's just always saying crazy shit and so much stuff that she can just say whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, Daniel, he reads the fine print. He realizes like if they get to the merge, then the idols become activated anyway. So he's like, well, because they plan to vote out Mike and get rid of the idols. But he was like, well, if we vote him out, the other two are just going to have it activated regardless when they get there. So he decides not to do that. And then we go to a challenge for fruit and immunity.
Oh
The
God,
water challenge.
these fucking losers.
It was hard. You think you
Fuck
could do it?
off.
You get in the water.
I'll do it.
It looked tough. The tide was taking them out.
It was oh
I could do it. I'm a great swimmer.
there's no way in hell Survivor should have been like, let's stop this challenge. Like, we're gonna skip this
It looked
hard
tough.
part. We're gonna skip this hard part. You guys can do the easy parts.
Based on the edit, they made it look like they were really struggling, though.
Of
I see
course,
why
they made
were
it look
doing
that way. Then why did the first tribe get it done in 30 seconds?
Jonathan, they have a hack. They have a cheat code named Jonathan who can just walk and touch the bottom of the ocean and carry a ladder in one arm. It was
So
unbelievable.
if that guy can do that, then why can't all the people on another tribe do it?
Because he can touch the ground. They're all swimming. It's
Well,
a,
how
it's
how
a
can
different
he touch
sport.
the ground? Is he that tall?
He's that tall.
How
He-
tall is he?
He's very tall. Should I look up how
Yeah.
tall he is? I don't. All right, I don't know his name exactly, but that's how they won. He was just so tall. It showed his feet touching the bottom of the floor. Well, he's only 6'4", which isn't unbelievably
Yeah,
tall.
that's not crazy.
It's not crazy, but I think he was just taller than everybody else. He could touch and no one else could. It
Listen,
was like a cheat.
it was an amazing performance by Jonathan,
Jeff even called it out.
but I think that's embarrassing. Like they talk so much on this fucking show about how hard the show is now. It is the easiest fucking show in the world. You don't have to do shit. Jeff Probst of fucking 15 years ago would have tore into these morons.
All right, listen. It's a fair argument. If you just don't do the challenge, they'll reset it for you and say, "All right,
Yeah.
you know what, you could skip it." But that's also a sign how hard the challenge was. They couldn't do it.
The
You
water's
could look at it that
wavy.
way too. He said when we
It's wavy out there.
they said like when this wasn't how it was when we tested it. It must have been much easier the first go around, and then they weren't expecting the weather. It's an act of God, Daniel. You ever
The
heard of
show
that?
is Survivor. Isn't that what like makes fucking Survivor?
So
That
get
you
in
have
the
to
water
do
and
hard
survive,
things.
is what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yes.
If you die, you die.
It's like in Australian outback when the fucking little valley got flooded. Remember that? I
Mhm.
feel like the show would like build them a bridge now.
That's funny. I wonder. I wonder what would happen. But yeah, back Tina just like went out and got the
Oh,
freaking rice.
you lost your rice. We'll get you some new rice.
Yeah, give me half your tarp and I'll give you some more rice. He might bargain a little bit.
No, are you kidding me? Like now it's just like if you can't do something, we'll do it for you. We're
Yeah.
just interested in getting there, filming this fucking show, and getting the fuck out. All right, as cheaply
mission.
and easily as possible.
Yeah. I can't defend it. It was bad, but it was an act of God. I don't know what you want. We go
No, it
on a
wasn't.
journey. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
No, because there's no such thing.
All right, tell that to Omer or Jonathan. I dare you. In fact, I've got a call right here from Jonathan. Say hi to Daniel. All right, Daniel.
Hey, Jonathan, you were able to complete that challenge, so I have no beef with you.
Oh yeah, true. Why would he need to be here? All right. We decide the winning team gets to pick who goes on a journey. We choose Chanel and then we pick Omer from our own team to go. Always good
Yeah.
to pick somebody from your own team, I think. And this was fucking crazy. I did not understand this. Chanel and Omer talk. Chanel's like, Omer, I cannot risk losing my vote tonight. And then she goes up to the thing and does risk.
Yeah.
Omer's going to go there and say, all right, there's no way she's going to risk. That means I have full freedom to risk. And then she walks up there. Maybe he's not going to risk. What a moron. That was one of the dumbest things I'd ever seen on Survivor. That was crazy.
Pretty bad.
Horrible job by Chanel. And then she comes back, loses her vote. It's a whole debacle. Neither her nor Mike have a vote. We go to tribal. It's 2-2. Lydia versus Jenny. I'm crying. I don't want to lose either one of them at this point. You're like, please send Jenny home. Who is that woman on my screen?
Yeah.
And Daniel basically just gives away his whole position here. He says, I'm not going to Rocks. So that means Hai can say, I am going to Rocks. And now Daniel's going to be like, oh, well, now I'm going to flip. So Hai just has to stand his ground because he knows that Daniel's going to flip. Like, it was a horrible job by Daniel. But so we lose Jenny. Goodbye, Jenny.
I go back and forth on Daniel. Sometimes I think he's really good, and sometimes I don't get him.
I feel the same way. That tribal was his worst moment though so far. That was awful. But here we go.
It was pretty bad though in that one where he like insisted that who's the guy I like? Mike. He insisted Mike didn't give him a thing, and then he did.
That was bad, but it was like a joke. Like it was like all in good fun.
But he was completely wrong.
Oh, it was horrible, and it could have been way worse than it was. But the fact they found it made it okay. Like this is like could be a game ender if I'm at that tribal council. But the Swathi boot episode. Mike has one of my favorite confessionals so far of at least the new era. He says the kumbaya is gone, the K is gone, the umba. It's more like holy crap, what a confessional.
Wow.
What a confessional.
They're all trying so hard.
Holy crap,
that one's gonna go viral.
I mean, that one did. I remember that was big. Holy crap, that's hilarious. So we go to reward challenge. We have to. Oh, here's another thing where Jonathan's like height gives them a huge advantage. They have to unbraid this rope and go around this thing, and he just like holds it up above Lindsay and Marianne, and they just like get to walk under it. It's incredible. Also, but it's not just like that he's good. It's that they have the strategy. It's that he knows I can do this on my own. You guys just focus on that. It's that he's a good coach too.
You know what else though is like we used to cast some like people that were like formidable physically.
Yeah.
And now everyone we cast now is such a fucking loser pussy that like like just a sissy ass little bitch. That like
who are you taking shots at?
Like Jonathan, like we're designing the challenges so that those people can do it now. So like the challenges to Jonathan are just like,
so he's a superhero.
Whatever.
It's true. Who's the second best person here? Drea? Physically? Chanel?
Yeah, Tori? One of them. Yeah. I think
there's no man even close. Omer is like or Mike, but they're like not.
Omer can't win a fucking pee standing up challenge.
Rocksroy, Daniel, these guys, they cast nobody on the
losers.
Horrible. Yeah, Jonathan really does stand literally head and shoulders.
Fishback has it right.
Yeah,
you gotta cast more hot, but because
they're physically fit. They're demanding.
Cast them from fucking Instagram. Just do it.
Just see what happens. Give us one season. See what happens. I fully agree with that too. Yeah, they win. Jonathan, I thought very funny where he says, yeah, we just have such a solid 4. We're so good in the challenges, like trying to downplay him. Like, obviously you're winning because of you, but then he also like screws over the tribe by saying how tight they all are. They get sort of mad about that. Jonathan tells us a story about how his dad used to wake him up when he was 3 years old to do pull-ups and run up mountains with his brother. What a crazy story.
Yeah. It's like
dad should be in jail.
It's like Holtz and Connor and Korthoff.
Holy shit. Wow, I didn't think about that. I love that. There was somebody recently who like did that with their son. They kept having him like run on the treadmill, and then the kid died.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
It was fucking horrible. That
Yeah,
reminded me of that. That should just
parents are awful, man.
yeah, seriously, they really are. That's why if I was one, I'd be the best ever. Do you think everyone thinks that though?
Yeah,
Like
of
that'd be such a
course.
great, and
And
then
you're
they get married,
wrong.
and they're like, "Oh shit, I'm fucking way out of
Yeah.
my element." Yeah. All right, well maybe I won't do it then. Roxroy, oh crazy part here. He's like, I wonder if at these journeys they're getting
I
advantages.
think people don't realize that like once you are a parent, you are a parent every second of the
Your
rest of
life
your
is
life.
done.
That's it.
You live your life for someone else. Like you
Right.
can't do your own thing. And if you do, then you're selfish.
Right.
Like it's horrible. You can't there's no way out. It's really
Mhm.
bad.
So
Anyway,
like if you like decide to be a parent and then like regret it like 2 years in, you're fucked.
you
The
better
rest
just
of your life is miserable.
but you have to just learn to love the great parts about being a parent. There's got to be great stuff that comes along with it, like undying love.
Yeah, great moments and shit, but like if it's
But
just
you just
something.
can't watch a movie whenever you want to.
Listen, I thought like I when I got that job at Marvel, I
Hmm.
was like, this is my dream job. I,
Yeah.
I hope I spend the rest of my life here. And then like a few months into it, I was like, you know what? I love comic books, but I'm not sure I like working in the comic book industry. But what if I was forced to do it for the rest of my life?
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
crazy. That's why, like, I mean, people make crazy decisions all the time because they think it's the right thing, and then their mind change. That's why you never know. You're always growing and changing your mind on things. You know,
Yeah.
you're not who you were a year ago ever.
No, I don't have the same opinions. Like there are people who like have kids when they're like 22. Like I'm a completely different person to the guy I was at 22. I don't recognize that guy.
I know there. I haven't seen a lot of. I've seen like five people that I went to high school with since I was in high school, and I think about there are people that
You
married the
fucked one of them.
okay. But I think about there are people that married the person that they were with in high school and they've seen that person every day. Like every day that I've been out of high school, not seeing anyone, they've
Yeah,
been seeing that person every single
I know.
day. That's a
Well,
crazy thought to have.
even
That's nuts.
Tim, who like didn't meet his wife in high school, but they were so young. Like
Yeah.
that's why I like make jokes about that and stuff because I can't even imagine that.
I really can't I can't
The
either.
girl
I
I
think
was
about that all the
with
time.
when I was like 19 or whatever, like fucking thank God I'm not with that person today.
But in the moment, you're like, wow, this is gonna be my life.
I know.
But then a year passes or months pass. Anyway, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. We do the challenge. Marianne again does the thing. I wrote still no reply. So this was her second time doing it. And we it's a very close one. It's Ika versus Vati, but Ika lose in a very close battle. And
What was
it,
this challenge?
it ended
Was
like there
this
was like
the
a
fish? Yeah,
fish
yeah.
puzzle. Very cool. I remember we used to do those. I remember one in One World. Kim Spradlin does like a fish toward the end of the season. You're like building the bones of a fish
Oh yeah, I
outline.
kind of remember that.
It was like the mid 20s we used to do it. But I thought Swathi basically gets voted out because she's doing the Aubrey Bracco. What do you think? She's going around, you're my number one. You're my, like giving them the same
Yeah,
phrasing and everything.
it's
And everyone they
true.
compare notes. Like, she said that to you too, that same exact thing.
It was interesting watching those two compare notes.
And then Tori came along.
What?
She said that to me too.
Oh yeah,
It was the
yeah.
three Romeo, Drea, and then Tori.
Yeah, I felt bad. I was like, I don't think she was doing anything malicious. She was just playing the game. But like I get like if you find that out, like then that person's no longer on the top of your trust list.
Yeah, and I think that strategy could work more in the past. Now, when it's so fast, everyone's telling everyone everything. There are no secrets anymore. So if you tell someone you're number one, they're gonna just gonna go tell somebody else. You'll never guess what Swathi just told me.
Right.
Like it's crazy. So I thought it sucked losing Swathi, but not as much as Jenny. So that was fine.
I did hate Swathi's thing at the end though, where she was all like,
Boston
Boston
Rob.
Rob came back after pre-merge. Maybe you'll see Swathi again. I'm like, we're never gonna see fucking Swathi
But she
again.
said something crazy. She said Boston Rob got voted out fourth and then was on All Stars. Boston Rob made it to the merge. He was
Yeah,
voted out at the
yeah.
merge on All Stars.
Yeah. He got voted out. I think he came in 10th place out of 16.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's seventh one out.
Yeah,
But
she was
I
just
think
wrong.
I remember her actually tweeting afterwards saying, "I meant Rob C." She was talking about All Stars when Rob got fourth.
Oh,
But then that
interesting.
doesn't make sense with the rest of her
He'd already
statement.
come back.
Yeah, then she's that didn't make any sense. She got completely confused with what happened.
Listen, we never do fucking returning player seasons anymore. We're finally doing one with 50.
Swathy's
And
on it.
I there's no chance.
She
I
is.
heard Carolyn got cut.
Carolyn cut. Yep.
If Carolyn is again put on there, neither Swati.
I would think the traders like would help her. They'd be like, "Wow,
I thought so
but I
too.
think
Yeah.
it hurt her, which is weird.
Hmm.
It doesn't make sense. But does that mean no Suri because she was on the traders?
No, I think you gotta have Surrey.
All right, yeah, I hope so. Uh, that's it. Swat. Oh, by the way, Swathi played her shot in the dark too. So 3 shot in the darks this season. That's
Yeah.
nuts. I can't
Have
get
four
over that.
eps.
They must have like told them like really sold it to this group, like way better than last season. Like, and you got this new thing, the shot in the dark. It's really cool, play it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love it personally. I'm Jeff. Do you have a winner pick? Anything? Can we tell
No,
you
I,
people
I just want to get through it.
I don't even care about the winner. Daniel's still here. He was your winner pick last time, right?
I'm still okay with that being my winner pick.
Okay. Daniel, taking it home. All right, next time we'll do 3 more episodes. We'll get to the merge. So, but until next time, Comp Beasts out.